Well, I bet you'd never see the day where I uploaded another video, but here I am back on Rosewater Carp Fishery, and well, this is going to be a very exciting session. Got the wind hacking into me for the whole time I'm here. Lots and lots of action in front of me this morning. Got here late last night. Didn't get the rods out. Just wanted to keep my mind open so I could have a move in the morning if there was anything else showing. But there was just absolute carnage in front of me this morning. So we're going to stick it out in here. Got some fresh rigs tied in the old bivvy, and we're going to get the rods out in a couple of seconds. But it's been 2 months since I last uploaded a YouTube video, and I've got a reason for that. If you saw the YouTube community post that I did, you'll see that I was in the United States of America for a month. It was a month holiday. As you can imagine, a month in the States is going to take quite a lot of prep. I did 2 weeks in Los Angeles, absolutely loved it, and then 2 weeks in New York. Wasn't as good as LA, but absolutely loved it as well. Definitely going to be going back to sunny California, hopefully in the near future. But nope, loving fishing at the minute. And to be honest, you know you're a fishing addict when you're on holiday and the only thing you can think about is getting the rods out, and that's what it was like for me. So on the plane home, I was absolutely dying to get the rods out. So here we are, finally. Been home for 2 weeks. I've had to get loads of new end tackle, bait, all of that, just prepared for the winter. Need to re-spool my lines. I'm not going to do that this session. I'm going to do that next time because my line didn't arrive in time for this session, because if you saw the last Rosewater video, you would have seen the line was absolutely disgusting and my line's got a bit of wear and tear on it. Not enough to affect the longevity of the line in this session. It's still going to be perfectly fine. It's just it doesn't look very nice, so I do want to change it, because if you got not those lovely baziers, you want nice line on them, looking all uniformed as well. So no, enough about the line. Here for 4 days, 3 nights, 4 days, may extend to 4 nights, 5 days, depends. But I've got a beautiful swim here, wind's hacking into me, and I can't wait to get the rods out. Okay, so join me in the bivvy now, and I've got not using 4 rods, 3 beautiful sharp spinner rigs tied. I've just tied these up right now. Lovely. So we've got a size 4 crank in a barbless. Hope you can see that. Size 4 crank in barbless, got 3 of those. Not sure what hook baits yet. I do have some of the mainline ones, the limited edition ones. I think it's Moroccan Spice, Sushi and Calypso. So I might try a couple of them. I don't particularly want to try Sushi as it's white, and this time of year I do genuinely like to use, this time of year I do generally like to use bright colours, my yellows, pinks. But the Moroccan Spice, I'll show it to you in a minute, it's more of it's not as a bright white, as a bright yellow as the pineapple pop-ups I've got. So I might try that on one rod, pineapple on the other, and then the good old trusty Nash Instant Action. Is it Nash? No, it's Nash Scopex Squid Pink pop-up. Sorry, it's been 2 months since I went fishing. I forgot how to fish. So here's the 3 rigs ready to go out on the rod. I just need to get some leaders tied and find some leads, because I don't actually know where my lead pouch is at the minute. So we're going to get this sorted, get the rods out, and I absolutely cannot wait. And another thing about this swim, last time I was on Rosewater, I was just around the corner, and the 2 swims that were doing me bites last time I was here, I can reach them well within my water just out there. So the bait boat's already got them saved. So all I need to do is put the boat in the water, click the spot, and I know it's clear down there because I actually took it out with the sonar last night just to see if the bottom's changed, and it hasn't. It's still lovely and clear. In fact, it's got a tiny little bit shallow because the water level's down a little bit in a minute. So if that doesn't work, I'm thinking try and find somewhere out in deeper water, because this is big old lake. You know, I'm thinking at least 30 odd wraps out. Probably where the fish are going to be holding if they're not round the margin. So that's that. Get these lovely little spinner rigs on the rods, and I'll see you when I'm not casting out, when I'm boating out. Well, that took a lot longer than I thought. I'm really out of the pattern of things, but I thought I'd show you my rig really quickly. What I'm hopefully going to be catching plenty of carp on this session. So if we start from the business end, we've got a Moroccan Spice mainline pop-up on there, about 7 inches of boom, give or take ½ an inch or so, going up to a heli safe leader, bead about that tall, gives it enough room to settle in weed, and then of course because this isn't a running rig, we are dropping the lead on the take, so just like that. So I'm gonna get this rod out. Hopefully we're gonna catch a couple of fish. If not, well, I'm gonna be a bit disappointed with myself, but either way, let's get the rods out. Well, rods are now out. It was a bit difficult trying to get the recording with the boat, because it's so windy, and to be honest, I just wanted to get my rods out without any fuss. I'll show you me recasting and putting new hook baits and hopefully playing a fish, but no, for the first time this session I wanted to get my rods out smoothly. Believe it or not, it didn't happen smoothly because I'm because I haven't been fishing for so long. I forgot to put rig putty on my spinning rig, so I cast all three out. Well, I didn't cast, took them out with the boat. Lovely bait, lovely on a spot, everything was fine. About to take out my third rod, I realised I hadn't put putty on any of them, so I had to bring them all in and ship them all back out with the bait boat. So that's another reason I didn't want to faff around with the camera. But the rods are out now, and hopefully it's only a matter of time before a lovely fish comes along and graces my landing net. But apart from that, I'm going to turn the camera off because I can see the red battery flashing on the camera. Well, good evening. Sunset, roughly an hour away. Been a very, very quiet day today. The only bleeps I've had have been from the wind, but no, been not a cold one, obviously not a warm one. Got high pressure, wind still hacking into my corner. It's just, I'm really, really not feeling it at the minute. I'm gonna have a look down the other end of the lake tomorrow morning and see what's over there. It's deeper end of the lake, but this this weed in this corner, it's almost unmanageable. It's not quite there. I'm still fishing on clean spots. I'm confident of how I'm fishing. It's just I would love a fish to come along to reassure my confidence of the fact that I am presented. And with the bait boat, I know I'm fishing over clean spots, but you know, having the first fish actually just cements the fact that you know you're doing it right, and you're not fishing in weed, you're not presented, your pop-ups are correctly balanced, all of that, it all goes out the window, all confirmed once you land that first fish. So I haven't landed any fish yet, but like I said, it's only the first full day. Got it yesterday evening, probably about 20 minutes before sunset, so I had to get my bivvy up, get everything set up ready for the following morning, which was this morning, and hopefully bag a couple of fish. But you know, it's been a bit of a tough one today. I wasn't happy with my left-hand rod earlier, so I brought it in and I recast it. I clipped it up before I reeled it in and cast it back out to the same spot. Felt it donk down, so I know I'm fishing at least over a cleanish spot on that rod. But my other two rods, I'm happy with how they're presented, and it's just a matter of time. It's just a waiting game now, so that's that. I'm going to get some food on in a minute. I haven't eaten all day. I've just been so busy getting everything sorted with the rods. It took me almost 2 hours to get fishing. It's just unbelievably slow for anyone's standards. I'm out of the game at the minute. I need to get back into it. So once I've done that, I'm going to have some food, like I just said, and then I'm going to get into my pit. Sunset, like I just said, an hour away, but you know, the temperature's going to drop, and I'm not feeling it for a night bite, so I'm not going to hold my breath for anything during the night. When I was like here last, it was height of summer, it was about 30 degrees, and I still didn't get anything in the night. Don't know how the weather's going to affect it now. It's colder and darker earlier, but we'll just have to find out, because I didn't fish last night, so I don't have anything to go on at the minute. But I'm going to leave the rods how they are, get some food on, like I just said, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can have a couple of fish. But yeah, it's just absolutely lovely to be back fishing, being back on the bank, all this greenery around, just sat by a lake. It's just, there's nothing I'd be rather doing at the minute. Yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful. But I'm going to stop waffling on, because well, sun sets on the Rosewater Carp Fishery, and it's getting chilly very quickly. 5 minutes ago I was sat here, I had to redo this piece because my mic pack wasn't turned on again. I need to sort that out. But yeah, it's gone really cold all of a sudden again. So get these sleeves down. This one's soaking wet because I was out in the water with my camera earlier trying to get some photos from swans. So nothing's happened today, otherwise you would have seen it. I did say I was going to show you my hook baits. I'll show you them in a second, but I'm comfortable in my chair at the minute. So like I said, nothing's happened today. I don't think anyone's had anything. There's a guy over there and a guy over there, so there's 3 of us on the lake, and yeah, I haven't heard a bleep from anyone, so not sure. The lake is probably fishing quite moody at the minute. You know, just come from really, really unbelievably hot weather in the last month or so, and it's now sort of getting down to like 7-8 degrees at night. But you know, there's always a chance, as long as you've got rigs in the water, as long as you've got bait around it, as long as you present it correctly, there's always a chance of fish picking up your bait. But when I was putting my boat out earlier, I saw, well, I didn't see it. Well, technically I saw it, but I didn't really see it because I was looking at the boat. A fish boshed out, I don't know, about 3 foot from the bank, and it's only about 2 foot of water there, so it was either a really micro carp, it's not going to be a big carp obviously, or it was, I'm not sure what it could have been in that shallow of water, a tench possibly, or I doubt a bream, maybe a chub, something like that. But yeah, I saw that earlier. I did think of putting a rod over there, but it's just no point. You know, it's 2 foot of water, and anything that's going to be in that depth is not worth my time anyway. So yeah, rods are all presented. Happy with how they're fishing. I'm going to get some scran on because I'm starving. I haven't eaten all day. It's what it's like on the first day. You know, you just don't have time to eat. Well, I don't anyway. But I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to turn the camera off in a second, get some food on, and just watch out of the lake for sunset. It's beautiful, beautiful evening. Cloud cover tonight, fully cloudy. You know, I can't really see the blue sky apart from up behind me. Over the lake, it looks like it wants to rain. Last night it was a clear sky, which made it a lot colder. So I'm presuming it'll be a bit warmer tonight. Maybe that'll turn the carp on, not sure. But I'd like a bit of rain, to be honest. I probably had about 30-second shower last night while I was setting up, but that's about it. So I'd like a bit of rain, oxygenate the water, hopefully get the carp moving around, because I haven't seen anything show today, apart from that little chub or whatever it was in the margin. So yeah, nothing to go by at the minute. Like I said, I did see fish showing all in front of my swim, probably closer to the middle of the lake than it is to my swim. Probably, I don't know, coming up to 30 wraps out. But apart from that, as soon as the sun rose this morning, nothing, just absolutely dead. You know, I might as well be fishing in a swimming pool is what it feels like. But no, like I said, gonna hope for tonight, fingers crossed. Night bites, I'm not sure what they're like in this lake. My mate, I was speaking to him earlier. He fished here a couple of winters ago, or last winter, and he fished nights only, and he absolutely tore the place up all the way down there. So I'm going to go have a look down there in the morning while I'm reeling in, stay there for like 20 minutes, half hour, just see what I can see, and then if I'm feeling over there more than I am here, get everything on the barrow, and I'll get myself over there pronto. But for now, I'm happy with where I am. The swim's nice. It's quite enclosed, apart from the wind that's hacking in front of me. But yeah, it's feeling carpy. It's very carpy weather at the minute. So I'll see you in a bit when I've had some food. I'll show you the hook baits I'm using, etc. I've got a new what do you call them? LED light, I think. It's gone on top of the camera, so I can actually record at night instead of using my bivvy light. It's not very bright, obviously, for camera work. So I've got that. I can put on top of the camera. I can record at night now, which is a huge plus. Especially for me playing fish in the dark. So if you watched any of my videos from last year, pardon me, and earlier this year, a lot earlier this year, playing fish in the dark, my camera was constantly trying to find a focus point because there was no light and it was just pitch black. You could see my silhouette, but you couldn't see anything else. So now I've got that video light, should make it a lot easier. But first we've got to land. But first, we've actually got to get a bite in the dark to see what that's like. So I'm constantly turning the ISO up because it's getting darker and darker. So I'm going to turn the camera off before it starts getting grainy. And I'll see you in a little bit, hopefully with a fish. Probably not though. Well, good evening. The video light actually looks like it's making a really, really big difference. Pitch black behind me, obviously. But now I've got the video lights on. I'll probably look a bit strange to other people on the lake, but I don't care. The cons with having a light this bright and this big is you can't see it, but there is flies absolutely everywhere. But no, what I really wanted to say was I'm just going to show you my hook baits and say goodnight for the evening, because, you know, it's pitch black now pretty much. I had a lovely bacon and bacon cheeseburger that I cooked. We don't do pot noodles in this swim, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm just going to get the hook baits that I'm using at the minute and show you them quickly, so bear with me for 1 second. Oh my god, the amount of flies. Jesus Christ. Right, I'm back now. So the first pop-up I'm using is the Mainline Calypso limited edition pop-up. Second one I'm using, this is the one that's not quite as yellow as the pineapple pop-up. This is the Mainline limited edition Moroccan Spice. And then we've got the good old trusty, love these, absolutely adore them, the Mainline pineapple juice high visual pop-ups. I'll show you the difference between the two pop-ups really quickly, just so you know what I'm talking about, and drop one at the same time. So here's the difference between the two pop-ups. This one isn't as bright as it looks, and this one isn't as dark as it looks. So this one isn't as bright as it looks either, sorry. The light's not doing this any favour, but you can see this one's a lot brighter than this one. And that's, I'm going for a more of a, not a in-your-face kind of thing. I want it to be as if the pop-ups have been there for a little while, you know, the fish think to themselves, right, this is a bit washed out and I need to get this video light off as soon as possible because there's flies absolutely everywhere. You can actually see them just flying around the screen. That is awful. Right, before I get flies in my mouth, I'm going to see you in the morning, hopefully tonight with the fish. But yeah, here's the 3 baits I'm using before I go to bed. These 3. And hopefully these will bag me a 40 pounder that's been missing for 2 years. But I think the official lake record in here is roughly 35, 36 pounds. So yeah, let's just try and land something upper 30 would be absolutely lovely. So I'll see you in a bit, hopefully with a fish. Well, good morning everyone. Obviously with lack of nighttime footage, nothing happened last night. Not surprising either, but to be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed. This wind, this warm southwesterly, I say warm, it's not very warm, but this southwesterly is packing into my corner this morning. It's absolutely brutal wind, but I still haven't had anything, so I'm gonna reel in and I'm gonna find a new spot, at least for my left hand rod and my middle rod. My right hand rod I am gonna keep on the same spot because I do have confidence in that spot, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna have a little gander right over there for the other 2 rods. So I've already got my middle rod in. I'm going to bring my left hand rod in as well. Might redo my right hand rod, but yeah, so let's do that now. So yeah, I'm actually going to I am going to bring my right hand rod in. Yeah, it wasn't fishing in weed, which is good, because I was a bit worried about that. But I'm wondering if I've been done or something. No, hook's still absolutely sharp. Pop-ups faded a little bit, not a bad thing to be fair. So, here's the, I'll rest you on the camera. Here's the rig. It's been doing me the business. Well, I say doing me the business, I haven't done anything this session, but it normally does me the business. Simple 7-inch spinner rig, size 4 Kamakura crank, Mainline limited edition Moroccan Spice pop-up onto a heli safe leader. So if there is any God, I'm sorry, I've only just woke up. If there is any low lying weed, this should settle above that. So with regards to presentation, I'm not too bothered as long as I'm obviously not an idiot and put it in, you know, a thick weed bed that's impossible for any rig to fish. But this is the rig I'm using at the minute. I do have confidence in it, so I'm going to stick with it. And yeah, I'm just going to bring in the other 2 rods now. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm just taking, well, I need to connect the boat first, but I'm just going to take my middle rod out to a spot that I found last night. Way out there. It's well out of my water, but there's no one fishing on this bank, so I can be a bit cheeky about it. So what we're going to do, turn the receiver box on, that would help. Okay, so we've now taken the boat out. I don't know why, I had some really weird issues just then. It was saying repairing node transmitter box, but then it connected. So we're all good now, because I was a bit worried there. I was like, oh no. But no, we're all right now, so that's the main thing. Right, we're taking this to what's its name? To the spot. This is roughly, I don't know, I couldn't tell you, a long way away. Probably coming up to 150 yards, I'd say, something like that. Proper long range, out of reach for my casting skills anyway. So relying on the bait boat here. Don't know what this weed's done, but it's made my swim really clear all of a sudden. Wasn't like this yesterday. I've actually got some water to fish, which is a good thing, because I don't have to send the other 2 rods out to bloody space either. So another thing, if you are using a bait boat, and it obviously helps if you've got an autopilot feature, hold your spool. So I'll just come and show you like now. Only let line off when it's about to pull it off your finger, like that. Don't let it just free line, because that is just absolute asking for a disaster to happen. So only let it go when you absolutely need to. Right, we're here now, 9.3 feet, absolutely clear and lovely. And I've done that wrong. I should have opened the hopper, drive here and trigger action, instead of just drive here. So I opened both hoppers, okay, because I can't remember which one I put it in. Approach with stop and drop. And here we go, start autopilot, and we are on our way to tying up to the boat. Approaching it with stop and drop, so it's approaching it very slowly. It's lovely and clear. Rig's been dropped. Oh yes, love it. So I can see the rig's dropped in the water. Right, now that's out, I've put lots and lots of bait out with that, probably close to 2 kilos of just manila boilie. So I'm hoping, yeah, I'm hoping that I'm hoping that that'll get me a bite sooner rather than later. So I'm 300 feet from the bank, so I'll try and work that out and put it in the screen just there somehow, how many yards exactly I am. Right, now the boat's coming back, I can set this rod. I'd normally put it back a slight bit to just double check I'm not in weed. But I'm not going to do that, because you know, I believe the echo sounder as much as I would rather feel it with my own hands. It's yeah, it's one of them. But we have got a bit of weed. There we go. Right. Because I did that at probably just gone midnight last night, so it's literally been out less than 9 hours. Right, that rod is set. New hat, as you can see, this is one of the waterproof ones as well. Now the weather's getting colder, this thermal thing, it's waterproof as well, so it just keeps me a bit warmer. So haven't retired the old hat. You know, that's almost like Neil Spooner's PG tips thingy that he puts on his rods. You know, I can't get rid of that hat now. That's followed my journey all the way through carp fishing this year, so no, I can't get rid of that. But substitute cap for the winter. It's thermal, it's fleece line, sorry, and it's waterproof. So right, getting the boat. Here we are. I'm back in the jiff of things now. feels like I haven't been away. The first day and yesterday, it felt really odd being here. I was out of the groove of things. I'm not going to say I didn't know what I was doing, but everything just felt really alien because I haven't been fishing for over 2 months. So yeah, getting back into the swing of things, doing everything efficient again this morning, and I'm just happy to be back. So third rod is waiting to go out, and yeah, let's do that now. Okay, so I've chosen against a bright pop-up on my right hand rod, purely because the bright pop-ups I've had on before, they're not doing anything at the minute. So I'm going to match the hatch. I'm going to go with a manila pop-up. You know, it doesn't get any more matched hatch than that. So I'm going to get this rod back up here, take the Moroccan Spice pop-up off, give the hook a little sharpen, put some more camera coat on, and we'll take it out with the bait boat. Right, so done the rig. So here we are, sticking manila pop-up, size 4 crank in barbless as per fishery rules, 7 inches of boom, nice blobber putty on there, and then this is ready to go back on the heli-safe leader. It's straight enough. I'm happy with that. Let's get it out there. Okay, so I'm not actually going to show you taking this out with the boat because I showed you the last one, and I don't want the video to get a bit repetitive. So I'm just going to take this out without the camera, no faffing about, and then I'll see you once I've got back into my bivvy or my chair, and I'll have a little chat with you then. Okay, so it's almost 4 o'clock now. Nothing's happened today, hence no footage at all. But yeah, it's starting to cool down a little bit, hence the windbreaker. But like I said, I'm happy with how all my rods are fishing. 3 rods, perfectly where I want them. I'm due off tomorrow, but I may extend because, you know, I really don't want to blank on my first time back. But it is what it is. It's called fishing, not catching. So there's that. But I just did really want to say a huge thank you to Rosewater Carp Fishery for letting me use my drone while I was here, just to get some aerial footage of my swim. So huge shout out to the owners of Rosewater. But no, apart from that, I did just take my drone up again briefly, just to see if I could see any carp. Call it cheating, I really couldn't care less, to be honest. If it gives you an edge in angling, I don't see why you wouldn't use it. So that's that. Like I said, the fish have not given themselves away at all this session, apart from the reason I went in this swim, from when they were showing in front of me. But this wind's a pretty old wind now. It's about 3 or 4 days old, so I'm thinking probably the fish have pushed up towards the other end of the lake, maybe. I'm not really sure on the fish habits as regards to if they follow the wind at all, if they back off the wind, things like that. So, you know, it's constant learning experience for me while I'm here, but I do want to catch a couple of fish. Like when I was here last time, I had 2 tench, a carp, and I lost 2 carp as well. So that was that. But no, I'm going to get some scran on in a minute. I might order myself a takeaway. I haven't had one yet. I do normally like to have a takeaway on the last night, but I'm not sure if this is the last night yet anyway. So I'm going to get some food. But apart from that, I'll update you in a bit, hopefully with a fish. But if not, I'll show you with a lovely takeaway in my hand anyway. So I'll see you then. Well, the heavens have decided to open. God, look how carpy it looks out there. If I don't get a bite in this weather, I'm going to take up golf. Whew. But I'm inside my bivvy. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see me if I put this light. Yeah, I'm inside my bivvy at the minute, and it's just, you know, it's actually quite cozy now. I've got the letterbox, well, kind of open. It's just the top of the bivvy really. But yeah, I'm going to see you in a little bit. I'm going to order myself some food. I don't really want to go and collect it, so I might ask if he can drive round to my swim. But yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Well, the rain has cleared and the sun's came out. It's beautiful clear skies now, hence the sunglasses. Big old glare on the water coming from the sun setting. Say hour and a half before the sun really starts to get behind the trees. So yeah, there's that. That rain was absolutely brutal though. Yeah, really heavy shower. Passed quite quickly though. Passed before it predicted it. So I think it said rain for 2 hours, and it was only rained for about 45 minutes or so, possibly an hour, I don't know. But yeah, gonna leave the rods how they are for tonight. Gonna get some dinner now. Didn't really want to go out in the rain to collect some food and just get wet for no reason. So the only time I want to get wet is when I'm playing a fish in the rain. So that was that. But No, I'm going to turn the camera off now. I just wanted to update you. I didn't catch any fish during the rain, so it does look like I'm going to be taking up golf. So yeah, no, hard lake. This is a really hard lake. The fish are old and wise, and the weed is just absolutely brutal. And another thing that doesn't help is this place closes during winter, so I won't be able to fish here during winter. So it's always really bad cars that drive past when I'm trying to record. What was I saying? Lost my train of thought now. Right, yeah. They close on winter here for pike fishing every other weekend or whatever it is, so I can't fish here during winter. So I've got a couple of places in mind as a winter ticket. I've obviously got my syndicate, Crown Lakes, I can go there. But there's also another one on my radar. I'm not sure if they like recording and being mentioned, so I'll have to keep it a secret for now until I've asked and said I can record there and I can mention them. So that's that. But for now, like I said, the sun's out. It's beautiful weather now, and I'll see you in a bit, hopefully with a beautiful 35-pound carp on my mat. See you in a bit. Well, hello and welcome back to the video. It's been a couple of days actually. I've moved down to the bottom side of the lake. There's just nothing happened. I've had a tench and that is literally it. This has been, yeah, a really unsuccessful session. So anyway, I'm leaving today, so I need to update the video a little bit. I'm the very last swim on the rose side of the lake. I've been fishing 3 on a spot, although I did just crack off trying to cast out. So I need to get a new rig on that and cast that out. And I need to record a video, which you'll see once it's uploaded. Quite excited to start recording that, but yeah, nothing's happened. It's been really awfully quiet. I'm not sure if I'm going to come back here again at the minute, because not only do they close for winter anyway, but yeah, it's just a bit ridiculously hard at the minute. So I'm going to sort of definitely think about where I want to fish next time. So I'm thinking Sanic Lakes, Elson's winter ticket on there. So hopefully I'll be able to get some nice fish on the camera for you with it during the winter. But for now anyway, that's it. I'm going to get this rig rebaited, get it on the spot, and I'll update you in a little while. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so basically I've only got a couple of hours left for my session now, so I'm not going to put the third rod out. I've still got 2 rods. I'm fishing my middle rod on the one I had 3 on a spot on. The reason I haven't recorded anything this last few days is just absolutely nothing's happened. I've had a tench, but yeah, it's just been really slow, hard fishing. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to be coming back here for a little while at least. I've got a few winter tickets that I'm waiting to start on. So I've got a lot of fishing that I can do in the winter because this place closes anyway. So yeah, that's a bit disappointing. But this is a really hard lake. But the fishing is really nice. So it's a bit of a sacrifice, because if you look at the bottom of the lake, I'll try and show a screenshot when I'm editing this of the bottom of the lake, and it's just like an egg box. It's just, and weedy, and it's just, you know, really like a not very looked after lake, if I'm honest. So I don't think I'm gonna fish here again for a little while. I've got plenty of other places I can fish during the winter time, and yes, and hopefully bag some nice winter carp. But for now, like I said, I'm not going to put the third rod back out, because I've only got about 2 hours before I need to start packing up and head home anyway. So that's that. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed that I've blanked. I've had a tench, so technically I haven't blanked, but you know, I haven't had any carp. So I'm a bit disappointed, but it is what it is. First session back. I'm really glad to be back on the bank, and next time I'm out, it'll hopefully be somewhere where I'm definitely going to catch a couple of carp. So that's that. I'll see you in the next clip. What I'm doing then, I'm not sure. Hopefully playing a carp, but I'm going to start getting a couple of bits packed away in a minute. You know, pack my bait boat, my kettle, all that kind of thing up, and leave my bivvy up, because it's you know, showering on and off, just a few drops of rain. So yeah, I'll pack my bivvy up last, and then I'll head home. So yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be a blank. I'm not going to hold my breath for the last 2 hours or so. But yeah, I'll see you in a bit, and hopefully it'll be with a fish. See you in a bit.